quá trời luôn.
Làm có giống như là núi trời.
Lấy cây này gỡ không?
Dạ không, em gỡ cây được chị ơi. Chị Kim gỡ được sao em gỡ không được nha.
Rồi, chuyên nghiệp mới được.
Chuyên nghiệp mới được.
Chuyên nghiệp thì gỡ không chứ không. Ok. Nhưng cái tay đừng có ướt. Cái tay ướt thì nó mở không được.
Dày quá ha, dày quá trời.
Kiếm chỗ hở rồi lùi nó vô thôi.
Lùa cái tiếp rồi hơn dễ hơn cái cục
Hello, how can we help you? Đây này, what you need to do?
Làm vậy.
So what kind of pen do you like? Gì vậy? Khách mới, ok, nó có hẹn mà nó hỏi nó làm tay gì, nó không biết.
Tay chân.
Tay chân thôi mà hỏi làm tay gì nó không biết. Làm biết ảnh
Chân trước cái phía tay như là tay của cái tay gì đi bỏ tay.
tay mình biết tay gì không biết đường nào.
Sometimes I just look. There he is. First they
It would
Bonus, bonus zone, I'm ready.
twinkle, Papa Square, Papa Square, Papa Square. Okay. Tinka, tinka, Papa Square, Papa Square, Papa Square. Okay, it's just really like the confirmation from the Front Range website according to my W2 tax form. And this is how the laptop helps me with it. So when I clicked on the Wolf Square, let's just go with the first link first, which is like the work study and student jobs already. So when I clicked on it, usually when I clicked on either of these two links, right, it's just really wasting my time to really like recreate the scene up. It is how it works. So either these two links relates to the Westminster campus here and here. So either these two links, I click on it, it will lead me to this kind of view, okay? So usually when I click on the menu, full-time employment opportunity for the students or like the part-time, usually like the most population is for the part-time. So I click on it. But these title name of the jobs are always it has to have some a little bit of like degree in some it. So it's like the location here is for Collins and client dentist, clinic dentist, or like instructor mathematics, instructor accounting, or like instructor American Sign Language. These are always usually like with the assistant. For the part-time like me, it must be like showing the assistant here, but show the instructor only. So it means that the assistant title, name, job spots are rarely they do not need anymore. They closed it. Okay, as you can see the screen, you can have that rewinding with your brain is in the past they did put the assistant as a title name for the Front Range job, but now they changed it to the instructor. See that? So there is the fact for you. And this is accountant. These are for the full-time person. coordinator student support. With this is it must have a degree about administrator or like professional technical. So again, it does not have the work study relating to the assistant, to the individual classes anymore, because they know that I pulled up. And so that's the reason why that job title name assistant is closed. And one more time, is as you can see the screen, you can know, like the screen tells you the past story is, yes, they did post the assistant position for the student to help out for the teachers. But that is not it for me anymore, because they know my W-2 forms, and that's where they did that. And so I think my begging is working. So now I did click on the Wolf Careers parentheses off campus, and it is 503 service temporarily unavailable. So this happens to me similar to the FAFSA web page, domain name system web page. FAFSA is, the thing here is when I click on this link, okay, when I click on the Wolf Careers parentheses off campus jobs, you can see like the screen of this laptop telling you the story. So this, she did went through step by step under this link, and it did work out for her. But again, is the Front Range of Community College did not involve in the off-campus jobs, and that is the reason why now it shut down from my end, from my domain name system and lied. And that is the reason why it's just like I should not be working at the Front Range, because there's no more spot for the student. It's always for the outside people apply to the Front Range to do the job, but not relating to students to help out anymore. So that's the fact I have just known. And so now, to really pleasing them, and to really pleasing them is I am going to go ahead, apply to a different location besides Front Range. It's just like when it comes to this type, I don't know how to really deal with it. So it's that fun thing as well. So yeah. So like the Front Range job positions is not qualified for me due to the discussion between the warehousing and the Front Range Community College. There's no student job positions for me, including the assistants. Cause it's just how they train me to be over with the excitement, because I was so excited to be the assistant because I saw that job, but I know that I did not. So it's basically like the whole gist here is the job position of the Front Range Community College got closed from my domain name system and line. But it is opening, same thing for other students, because all the students are in need for that assistant position more than me. And so basically it's like for the Front Range Community College job is not for me. But I had just got off with the calling with the WAN server. So Uka Sushi Cuisine Restaurant, I used to work here, and like the Jason name of like the boss, the restaurant, the leader, boss of that restaurant name's Jason, and when usually here is either way. The thing here is it's just having that like traditional history that like you just naturally know is if you can call the restaurant name Jason along with when, it means that the Chinese culture, the Chinese flag really appreciated you, really respect you, because they know your life story according to the W2 form. So, but if you only naturally say the Uka Chasen name, that boss, but you can't say the Uka Wen along with the Chasen name, it means that the Chinese culture and the Chinese flag really not really appreciated you too much, really no respect into effort about you too much, because your W2 form and your lives are really like giving the traditional pet peeve to China. And that's the reason why there's the small Uka Sushi Cuisine restaurant history. So basically, like, I called Wen, and he said they'll have to call back upcoming Wednesday, July 5th, 2023, to really see is if they are actually have the extra spot for me to work, to really help me out with money and be good at management one more time, because I actually still remember their menu. That's the thing, because usually, like, if you get fired, right, or like if you voluntarily quit, then it means that you must, it's just like that your brain naturally, subconsciously and consciously forget the menu right away. That's how the psychological trick of human being. But I visited there like more than 2 times, and the menu of the Uka Sushi Cuisine restaurant, I swear, I still remember vividly some. And so that's the reason why it is how the business tradition history know. And so they train me to really figure out what's next, what job I need to help out next to really be complete the mission, and to really get back with the warehousing as my first income source stability. That is how the business entrepreneurs work, and they just train me to be, you need to know right away. But it took me time, and so it's just really depending on, I need to train myself not to be really like, this is the lesson to really help me out, is I need to be really being communist more. The thing is, I was born in Vietnam, and so like that, like, communist government was really high, deepest in blood, in bones through me. But when I come here to the United States, that kind of communist personality trait was really fading away. And that really affect the entrepreneurial and business guessing step right away, is what actually the most accurate mission I need to really get over with, so I can really get back to my first income warehousing stability, to be leveled up in the most correct way. And so that's the reason why, like, Amazon did that to me. So and yeah, because the thing here is, like, the restaurant industry and the life insurance industry, they are connected. So when I step my feet inside the life insurance industry, one of the Chinese team of that life insurance industry, I just having that guessing, prediction, personality, blood, DNA blood, is there's something wrong. It has to be, there's something wrong, is like, I don't know how to really give a really clear explanation. So basically, like, so like, I think, like, so today is July, so like I got in, like, when I stepped my feet to the PFA Daniel Olsen life insurance team, that Chinese team, I felt something is wrong. It has to be dealing with the restaurant again, that it will be affecting my warehousing, my dream first income source stability. So that's why like, I just like be really suspicious myself and really be on and off. That's a suspicious feeling for some reason. But at that time, I really did not visit quite often to this Uka Sushi Cuisine restaurant. During that time, during that life insurance, I got into like that kind of step. But that's why like, I think like Amazon helped me out, like the Amazon termination letter like helped me out. And now I know that like the like I think I am not really sure, I think like the emission, like the like I don't know, I can be crazy, but then like the mission that I need to do is like get back to Uka Sushi Cuisine restaurant and be the employer for them one more time to see what is up. Because the thing here is when I decide, like the day that I decided to be really get out, do not being involved with the California life insurance agent while living in Colorado, I can do that because that is how the assignment of the PFA request to me at that time is. So I voluntarily, it's just like life happens, like I just know the life happens, like so I got out of the I mean like I decided to really get out, like do not really being involved too much with the California life insurance license test and more with the PFA company. It's just I don't know, it's just there's something wrong again. But now I think I thought like it's related to Amazon, so I went on Amazon website yesterday to like be one more time making sure that all of my guessing prediction, what mission I really do need to do, really need to be like that kind of time correct. So basically like I wait till yesterday to really got back to the Amazon web page to really see if they need me or not. Still, they do not need me to be back there. It must be go along with the certificate and go through step by step with the Front Range Community College in order to get back into the warehousing industry. So it's not the Amazon vulnerability, because like when I went back to the when I went to the Amazon hiring web page yesterday, there was a vulnerability into it, that kind of loyal vulnerability actually. But I think is now I know that kind of hidden feeling, loyal vulnerability in the IT world is who. So I guess it's a Uka Sushi Cuisine restaurant. So I do not know what is it, but I am gonna go ahead to call the Uka Sushi Cuisine restaurant Jason boss and when upcoming this Wednesday to see if they really actually need me back or not. If not, then I will be go ahead with the Target. The thing here is like when I asked myself, like it took me now to really asking myself is should I go back to Target? Like should I apply to all of the other retailing stores like Targets or like Ulta Beauty or Sephora, that type of retailing store? And it's just that kind of quickest 0.05 second instinct is no, I should not get applying to the retailing store, because the retailing stores relate so much, having that strong connection to the warehousing delivery industry. And that is not really good for me, because the warehousing, they have that loyal contract already, is must be like if I apply, if I step my feet into that kind of relation, retailing stores and warehousing delivering industry, it must be warehousing first, not the retailing store. Like example, like the Lincoln Learning taught me, like when I bought the understanding logistics course on the Lincoln Learning. So it's just like that layer after layers, shareholders and the CEO watch how much the understanding I have for the logistics and how fast I learned. So of course I know that like to get the certificate of logistics is really that easy for me, because like my brain works really kind of moderate fast to be understandable and get back on track right away. And so as long as I am good at the logistics, warehousing, delivery, then they can send me to the retail stores to help them out. But cannot do the opposite of that, is applying to the retail stores and gets insight into the warehousing and delivery industry. That is not how it works. And so because I work for the warehousing for 1 year exact, and that's the reason why I just know that I must not apply to the retail stores. And so it was my really smart decision yesterday. Like, this is my first time I claim myself, is the smart decision I made yesterday that I must not apply to any of the retailing stores, because it wasted my time to do so. But that's just like the first smart decision that I can see myself to see. That is the step-by-step here is I need to really get the certificate of logistics and go through the Front Ranch Community College, because I used my money and being the most awful betrayal person with the associate of applied science of cybersecurity. Like, I studied that for like one semester according to like 1 year. So I was like the wasted money bitch and the betrayal bitch in the associate and applied science of cybersecurity world. And that is their pet peeve hatred as well. But because like they know that I did it with my own effort, nobody helps into it. And so that is the reason why like that pet peeve was really toning down, because the Front Ranch Community College academic advisor, their pet peeve showed through her face and showed like in her voice. That kind of like pet peeve hatred showed through the phone call. Luckily that I know I need to call Miss Amber, that Front Ranch Community College academic advisor, to let her to yell at me. That kind of like to really like relieve all of the cybersecurity world like hatred pet peeve, that kind of like betrayal. That I use it as a life skill and then I just dip out, because the warehousing is the warehousing. That is the reason why. And so that's the reason why like now like all of the hatred pet peeve, or like my action to really dare waste my money into the associate of applied science of cybersecurity to get the life skills in that world only, literally is it actually really cooled down. But so that one is really completely cleaning up, that I clean up my mess. So with the warehousing is I need to get the certificate to really get back in with the warehousing, because that is a part of the loyal vulnerability when I went to the Amazon hiring webpage. And a part of that loyal vulnerability yesterday, when I was visiting the Amazon hiring webpage, I think it's a part of a Uka Sushi Cuisine restaurant as well. So I do not know what is it, but I really do need to, again, is calling Wen and Jason this upcoming Wednesday to see if they are really have any of the part-time or like full-time position for me to work for them anymore, because they know that a part of their menu I still remember. That's the thing though, because I must not having any memory with the menus of this restaurant, but like 25% I still have that memory to work for them. And still, like when it comes to like calling, like being the host, that kind of calling, I still am so good at it. That kind of skill did not really go away yet. So again, is I think I need to go back there, but I don't know about their end, so I'm gonna call them this upcoming Wednesday. So, and it is the local business from his money pocket to be in this bamboo restaurant industry. Like bamboo something is the collaboration for the paychecks and other things, benefits as well for the employees and employers. But the thing here is it's like that. I don't know. So I really do need to call them back this upcoming Wednesday. That's what I am saying. And with the warehousing, the certificate is, of course, if I work in the restaurant industry, it actually that kind of zigzag. So the man up there, Anthony Chen, he is the example that I realized yesterday. Is if I want to be in the warehousing logistics industry, it means that I need to apply to any other jobs opposite to the warehousing in the retailing industry. So so that can give like the really safe boundary line, giving like to help me out with the applying the job with the certificate of logistics later on. I think so. But that is my assumptions. But that is the reason why like Uka Sushi Cuisine Restaurant is like the completely opposite to the retailing and warehousing industry. And the restaurant industry is actually having the strong connection more to the life insurance industry companies. So there are 179 or like almost to 200 life insurance companies in the United States. So I think like life insurance industry and the restaurant industry having that kind of like strong connection more than the spa nails industry. So I do not know if you actually have kind of the 1% message there yet, but I mean like if I want to having the certificate of logistics to really hire me in the certain warehousing locations, then I must go to apply to a different industry, doesn't relate to this industry, so they can really having that kind of long distance observation, so the high chance to get the application to be approval like 50%. That's what I want. And so like it must be like that. And so that's what like the restaurant industry and the life insurance company industry is the industry that I really do need to asking for help again, so that the warehousing and the retailing industry can observe me one more time at the furthest distance, so that my percentage to get the approval application for the certificate of the logistics will be at 45% to 50%. That's it. That is the safety boundary observation between industries. And that is the reason why it happens. So this is the reason why, like, again, like this upcoming Wednesday, July 5th, 2023, I'm gonna call Uka, Jason, and Wen about the position, if they do have like at least one spot for me to help me out with the observation from the warehousing and the retailing industry towards the restaurant and the life insurance company industry. So if that really making sense. Oh my gosh, finally, bitch. Okay, so it's like that. And so I think my career resume is actually getting better now. No more obstacles, really. So that is the one win for me. And the second win is depending on the decision of Uka Sushi Cuisine Restaurant, Jason, and Wen, to see if they have any position for me to help them out. So there's that second win I am waiting on. But the first win is my career resume is actually better now, and no more obstacles relating to the violations and the laws anymore. So that's my first win. And the second win is calling Uka Sushi, Jason and Wen this upcoming Wednesday to see if they have any position for me to work for them, to help me out with the career resume one more time and relating to the retailing and warehousing industry for the certificate of logistics. So that is the second win that I am waiting on. Again, it's like that. And that is all for me. It's like that. So because the thing here is the French Community College, that work study jobs it's like that because of the retailing and warehousing industry told them to do so. So it's just about they know my recognition, but again, still step by step relating to laws is still the shit, is still the business that everybody must do. And so that's the reason why, like, again, I need to wait for the second win if I actually will work for Uka Sushi Cuisine Restaurant, Jason, and Wen or not. So again, the second win, I am still waiting for the answer actually. So yeah, but that's it. And of course, I'm gonna post this on YouTube for them to eat this money. So of course, not yet. I need to wait for the answer. Wait for my second win about this. And then I'm gonna go from there. But now, it's just waiting for the second win. So, it's just that. So, yeah. And that's it. So, it's just how it works. Maybe. Yeah. So, I don't know. Like, I am not really that pretty, but at the same time, I am actually kind of am because my career resume is actually better now, finally. While today is what day? Today is July. Today is Saturday. No, today is Sunday. So it's July 2nd. So July 2nd, 2023 is the day that my career resume is going to be better. Just be humble to say so. It's going to be better. No more phone call violations in rush too much, and no more of that violation only. So finally, and so again is I need to wait for this restaurant industry to see if they let me in. For this another industry that I am working on this upcoming August, it's only like literally is I do not know how to explain. So let's see. So basically, like, I have this certificate of logistics, this like retailing and warehousing industry, right? So it is only the certificate. It's nothing that big of a deal. But of course, the sounds of the name already making me so scary that I need to be motherfucking like be tying more inside and outside more. So basically, like, this upcoming August. So the thing here is that with the certificate, hold on, this is so annoying. This pins are so annoying. This pin is so annoying. So basically is, so when I did the registration of the certificate of logistics with the Front Range Community College academic advisor, her name is Amber. So she helped me with the registration courses, okay? So literally it's like this first semester, fall 2023, is kinda really looking peacefully, but it means that it is not. So again, it means that the retailing and warehousing industry remember my face so well, like know my existence. So basically the whole point is they know that I register for the certificate of logistics. So basically it's like the schedule is so peaceful. Like you can see like the schedule for this upcoming fall. This type of authorization for 2023 is so much peaceful. It's like 2 online classes, but the really meeting time is at 6 p.m. to 8:50 p.m. Okay, this day is actually, this is the idea from somewhere in the air that I caught. So every time when I have this kind of meeting online, 6 p.m. to 8:50 p.m., it's actually the deadline I need to return. I need to really like do, like it is like my due time every single day. So this is like my idea is like every time it comes to like 6 p.m. to 8:50 p.m., it must be my due time. Every of the assignments or like reviewing the assignments, I need to do so because it's just so, I think. So basically, like you can see is my online classes, that kind of authorization in the fall is only this one. This is purchase and supply logistics, August, okay? This one will be happen on September 12th. This one will be happen on August 21st, okay? This starting earlier because it is really important. As long as I get the kind of like fast idea of the lessons about the purchase and supply logistics, then when it comes to the logistics management, on September, then it is that really best combination for my brain. A lot. So it's that. So it looks really peaceful to be studying, but I really do need to like doing my best though. It sounds so scary, but it's the fact that it is so peaceful for my schedule this fall. So yeah. So I really it's July, so maybe like the mid of July or the end of July, I'm gonna go ahead to start with the financial pay and view my bill. So for this one, I am going to go ahead doing it the mid of July, and I'm gonna put the Discover credit card for the pay and forward / view my bill. And yeah, so it's gonna be really bad in need of money one more time. So of course the second win, waiting for the Uka Sushi Shizuna and Wena Cuisine Restaurant answer. Still, that is like the second win and the last win from now on to get the money for this. But it's just that how it works, I think. I don't know, like I figured out along the way. It's just that fast I do in the past with the Associate of Applied Science of Cybersecurity, because like I wasted my money into the Associate of Applied Science of Cybersecurity, and I went on Google with a Google typing for the questions when it comes to like the final tests. Like I can really like check my own pace speed is like I think like 25% fast. So typing and reading like in that on and off blinking. So yeah, so basically it's like I just figured things out along the way. Instead of studying too much step by step, it's just really wasting time again. So there's that happen. So again, with a Discover credit card, it doesn't relate to the routing number. It doesn't relate to the routing number, actually, no. So of course, with the pay view in my bill, it's just the credit card number. I mean, like for the debit card, it does have the routing number for the First Bank or like any of the like First Bank is like the example for the location to really like transfer the money to the exact location, like kind of local and worldwide. But with a credit card, it doesn't need that kind of routing location number. It only needs the credit card number and the expiration date. But with the pay and forward / view my bill, they did ask for the routing number. So I do not know how I can do that. So again, it's I think like cashing out the Discover credit card and then transfer into the US Bank, and then I'm gonna just use that like kind of back and forth. Yeah, so again is I need the second win to help me out again. So because as long. So because like if this second win, like calling the Uka Jason and when sushi cuisine sushi restaurant this upcoming Wednesday, July 5th, 2023. If I called them and this second win will actually be happening, let's just say that kind of theory is they will say yes to help me out, then that bi-weekly paychecks will be towards to my US bank information card, and I can use that to help me out with a Discover credit card when it comes to this, and more than that. So again is I'm actually then like begging the Uka Sushi Cuisine Restaurant Jason and Wen to help me out, because like it's just let's just say like I was the dumb emotional empathy bitch, because I was so in the good term with the Uka Sushi Cuisine Restaurant Jason and Wen, okay, before the fall semester of the Associate of Applied Science of Cybersecurity happened. But because at that time I had the emotional empathy to the Amazon warehousing too much, I do not know what is it, but I do have that kind of emotional empathy towards Amazon warehousing. And that's the reason why I quit Uka Sushi Restaurant Jason and Wen to help out the Amazon SCO1 warehouse because of my dumb emotional empathy. So that is the reason why it's like that back and forth to really helping me with a strong decision more. So now I know is I just help them with that, and now I need to wait for Uka Sushi Cuisine Restaurant Jason and Wen to help me out with the money back and forth with the US bank and the Discover credit card, paying for this certificate of warehousing one more time. So again, is this like finally that I kind of like no, this is what I want. And so yeah, so it's like that confusing training to really know the certain target, know what they want, and need to be there right away to help out. So that kind of like balanced to be really improving my first income source stabilities, warehousing, and balancing between the restaurant and the life insurance company industry as well, because that is how they train me to tell me that this is how the economy to be in the maintenance balancing, it must be so. So again, is they train me like that, and now I got it. So because too many violations relating to the career resume, the kind of contract laws, and so it affects to my fear a lot, and that's the reason why that kind of training from them was confusing, but now I got it. So yes, just that. So and so it's just how it works. And of course is with this happen, of course I'm gonna ask the right from them, from their help, if this second win will be taking place this upcoming Wednesday. Then I will ask for their help with the right. And then when I know like the bi-weekly paychecks is enough, okay, I think, or actually I'm gonna just do it right away. I'm gonna just call. So when this happened, then I'm gonna go ahead to call the Allstate to really activate the car to really help me out with this job. and paying for this. So the thing here is like with this kind of economic training from these two industries, they taught me that no matter what, it's just like I need to take action right away, should not waiting for the perfect time. Because my problem, my fear, my problem is I waited for the perfect time, aka the paychecks, to really doing the next step and the next step and the next step, that type. But because I forgot, like a part of that fear came from, now I know it's like from the phone call violations too. So basically is they know that I fear, a part of my fear is, but a part of my fear to make the decision and waiting for the perfect timing is actually the phone call violation, that kind of rush. They know that, and that's why like the warehousing industry, I have that emotional empathy, that kind of late minute emotional empathy towards Amazon warehousing at that time, and the Uka Sushi Cuisine restaurant. It's just because I was so attached to the paychecks, and because I was so feared, and I was so, at that time I was so feared and I was so scared to paying non-stop paying for the associate of applied science of cybersecurity, because at that time I dared to take the risk to use my money to pay the associate of applied science of cybersecurity, because that money is way more than the certificate. But I dared to do so just to get the life skill of the information technology and cybersecurity world, to get the life skill from it, because I dared to take that risk. And that's the reason why like I was back and forth between the Amazon warehousing, the kind of like emotional empathy went back there for working, and just like give up to the bi-weekly paycheck in the restaurant industry with the Uka Sushi Cuisine restaurant. It's because I dared to take the life skill. Like you know what I mean? Like I dared to really work damn hard for the weekly paycheck from the warehousing, to really pay for the associate of applied science of cybersecurity. Completely no debt involvement, to get the IT and cybersecurity life world 50% conquer. I did to do so. And that's the reason why like that fear was just that back and forth confusing. But now I know that I actually successfully conquered the IT and cybersecurity world 50% of the life skills I know. I wasted those money. And now I finally went back again with the Uka Sushi Cuisine restaurant industry to help me out with the certificate of the logistics again. So the thing here is, I do not know how to explain. I just know to share. Okay? Like I don't know how to explain, but I know how to share. So basically is everybody have their goal. Okay? Everybody have their 9-to-5 job goal. That kind of paychecks goal, okay, including the degree paycheck goal. Everybody, when it comes to job, career resumes, or just the careers in general, everybody have their targeted goal for those careers they have, for those jobs they have, right? So, of course, you told yourself, I told myself, the gist, this is my goal, okay? Of course, this is the goal. I need to work towards to this goal, okay? My goal at that time is having the first income stability relating to the cybersecurity associate of applied science of cybersecurity degree. only. But of course, to really reach that first income source, aka the associate of degree, there's the details into it, is who pays, like who giving like all of the authorization, the responsibility to pay for that kind of goal I want to reach. Okay, so in my life position, well, if in your life position you have the parenting guardians to pay for you, that kind of goal you want to reach, associate of applied science of cybersecurity, as your first income source. No complaints, no warehousing involvement to really make that happen, okay? Because you have the guardians to help you with that money. But in my position, I was that dare risks to use my money, to use my bi-weekly paychecks, let's just say like my weekly, hourly paychecks, to pay for my goal, associate of applied science of cybersecurity. At that time, I was young. At that time, I was like 19 years old. So I thought that the weekly paychecks will help me to reach to that goal, associate of applied science of cybersecurity. So all of my job I need to focus on is study. That kind of like part-time or and full-time of Amazon warehousing will help me out as long as I work hard. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. That kind of stubborn head of my position at 19 years old, I make that decision, I did it, I failed. So the thing here is I failed. Because you know why? Because I use my money. I work real damn hard in the Amazon warehousing just to pay for the degree, for the Associate of Applied Science of Cybersecurity degree. For me, I thought that kind of cliche will be happened because at that time I was 19, so I thought that I am really matured, no being stubborn, so I can make it. But I failed because in that goal details, the pace of the Associate of Applied Science of Cybersecurity is so fast. No matter, like for my brain, it's so fast. No matter how I try to do like 18 weeks of classes, the 14 weeks classes, it means like faster. The lessons real damn faster. It means like everything I need to memorize. But I always select the 18 weeks classes, and I still having the kind of like on and off struggling with understanding with my brain. So I got to know is like it is the Associate of Applied Science of Cybersecurity. That degree is similar to the bachelor degree of cybersecurity. It must be like that fast. The reading is so fast. You need to read fast on the Cengage.com. Like I read so fast. Like I did my best to read fast on the Cengage.com. To really moving on with the labs, to really moving on with the answering questionnaires, and then to really moving on with the quizzes. Because every lesson they have the Cengage quizzes, and they have the Cengage quizzes and the Cengage labs I need to do relating to that Associate of Applied Science of Cybersecurity, okay? But I thought, okay, so this is the thing. This is my cliche 19-year-old brain, okay? So with the Associate of Applied Science of Cybersecurity, it is 2 years exact to be finished, okay? To be finished, that associate, right? But in the real details with my pace, brain, reading, and understanding is not really catching up to have that perfection finishing the degree for 2 years of the Associate of Applied Science of Cybersecurity. Because one semester explained to me everything. In that one semester, I selected 4 courses of applied science of the Associate of Applied Science of Cybersecurity. I selected 4 courses. One is the Introduction PC. The other one is about like software, hardware, applications, understanding, fundamental. And the third one is what, I don't know, but oh, sorry, my bad, I lied. 3 courses. I only selected 3 courses of Associate of Applied Science of Cybersecurity last fall 2022. Okay, that's how I did to do so 3 courses, because I thought I got it. I thought I am smart enough. I got it according to my high school background. I got A in the science major. I got A almost to B, but I could lift that B grade to the A grade in the science major, chemistry advanced, because of my high school background like that. And so I thought, my 19-year-old stubbornhead thought that I will get 3.0 GPA for 3 courses last fall 2022 of Associate of Applied Science of Cybersecurity. But no. So no, like I only got even 2.0 GPA for these 3 courses of the Associate of Applied Science of Cybersecurity. That is how difficulty this degree is. It is so difficult to the point that I wanted to give up my full-time and part-time Amazon warehousing paychecks to really just stay at home and study. That's how hard it is. That is how hard it is. Like, I balanced with working, being full-time Amazon warehousing and studying that fall semester 2022, and then at that time I was dating. I was having sex. I was dating this guy named Joshua Savalita. I balanced to work. I balanced to really study to get 2.0 GPA for 3 courses of Associate of Applied Science of Cybersecurity I tried out. And balanced to date Joshua Savalita. Involvement with the cheating on Google. And as you can see, that the Associate of Applied Science of Cybersecurity in 1 semester can make you fail to the most you don't dare yourself to screaming out loud to anybody's face. You need to suffer inside. That was me. But because that kind of tolerance, I was used to it thanks to Uka Sushi Cuisine Restaurant. Because the Uka Sushi Cuisine Restaurant, I was stubborn around like 18-year-old and 19-year-old employee at Uka Sushi Cuisine Restaurant. But in return is I was good at like 50% management. And so like to be balanced at working full-time at Amazon and dating, fucking around with Joshua Savalita and still earning the life insurance certificate and getting the 2.0 GPA for 3 courses of the Associate of Applied Science of Cybersecurity. The reason why is because the reason why I got only like 2.0 GPA of the Associate of Applied Science of Cybersecurity, it is because I was daring myself one more time to get the life insurance certificate of exam FX. So I was balancing these tasks for myself to know and be good at the career skills more. That's why I did it. Because I did like this, and I just know that I like the more details hell of the Associate of Applied Science of Cybersecurity from my brain, I will be a loser. I cannot make it for exact 2 years, exactly like the associate said. And that is why I turning that semester into my tryout life skill for the IT cybersecurity world instead. And it works so well. And so that is the reason why I changed right away like that get-go. I changed right away like a get-go to the certificate of the warehousing because I went onto the LinkedIn Learning, and the gist of the word by word article in the logistics industry, it's 50% easier than reading the articles of the Cengage Associate of Applied Science of Cybersecurity a lot. And my brain can absorb fast every minute, including 0.001 second into it. And that's the reason why I prefer to take the certificate of logistics to be finished that first and make it to be my first income source stability way more easier for my female brain than the Associate of Applied Science of Cybersecurity degree. So this gecko decided to do so. And so this is the reason why that life cycle going back to Uka Sushi Cuisine restaurant for help one more time for the warehousing industry observation one more time. So again, this second one is really like a life cycle. Like I worked for Uka exact 1 year, and then like because of my 18 and 19-year-old stubborn head decision to be the cybersecurity bitch, to really like having that kind of cliche money instead. So I did it, and then I failed, and then I failed, and then I failed, and then boom, going back to the restaurant industry again to help me out with the warehousing and retailing industry one more time. That type story. But because this is how female brain works for me, I just know to be a gecko to my best limit. That's it. So yeah, like that. That's it. Because okay, I never have the interaction with the cybersecurity degrees in like knowledge from a kid, from being a kid in Vietnam, and now never ever have the cybersecurity IT knowledge inside my brain whatsoever. I swear to God. That's it. literally that last year fall that I registered is literally like my disaster hell, because again, the cybersecurity knowledge, the information technology knowledge, they non-stop changing. They non-stop changing the knowledge according to how smart individual brain of the male to really create so many high-tech devices, including the programming. Because of that kind of like fast developing, similar to the economy, that kind of development fast changing so much. So like every year, every month, the knowledge of the cybersecurity world, of the information technology world is always different. Never having the most constant information besides the PC tower, besides the hardware, the software, the RAM. Those are the constants, but beside those names, never ever are constant. It's always changeable. So like that. So basically like that one fall last year, 2022, literally was my hell, because like my brain was not really used to reading the article on Cengage.com, and my female brain was not really used to reading the technology articles, blogs outside of Cengage. So when they provide me those links, I was like so patient to read word by word and go to Google for the definition. Only like 3 or 4 words I can count on my fingers, and the rest I need to do my best to have the best vision, understanding, to really catch up with other tasks for this degree. That's how it works. So it is like that. And then at that 19-year-old brain of me, it was so motherfucking greedy. So I was like, okay, I think I will got this with a life insurance certificate. So I think that by the time that I got out with the Associate of Applied Science of Cybersecurity, I thought, that kind of cliche thought money, paychecks. Then I think that life insurance certificate agent will be that perfect timing for exact 2 years of my graduation. So why not register? So I did register for the life insurance certificate. Boom, I got that. Literally, I always I spent my time to study for the life insurance certificate of exam FX, and no studying whatsoever for the final exams of that last year fall of the Associate of Applied Science of Cybersecurity. I did not have time for that. So literally I did my best. I did study in the past before the life insurance certificate decision to be taking place. I did study that, but because that CompTIA book of the fundamental, it comes to all of the fundamental materials inside the computers. Those informations are motherfucking easy to read and to be really understanding so much, way more than the network security. Because I booked 3 courses. One is introduction PC. The second one is the CompTIA fundamental components of the PC, and the third one is the hardest one. It is the network security. This one is about online reading on the Cengage too much, and this is the article reading that was my brain was exploded. But with when I do the final exam studying before the life insurance certificate of exam FX, that type, I did study before that date, And it is so easy for my brain to be absorbed. Like, I think like when I read page by page, like 45% of the CompTIA book, I understand all. And so that is the reason why, like, when I got that final exam of fundamental CompTIA, I got 75% because I studied before the life insurance certificate test happened. So that is the reason why, like, the 75%, that only one exam, I was so proud of myself because I was that jumping back and forth, but I still got that high score because like the rest is just like 50% because of like Google cheating. So that's why I got the 50%, but or like 45%, but actually like in fact it's really hard. So yeah, so I was that kind of stubborn head jumping around, and I like at that 19-year-old me studying for the reading and studying and taking the final exam, I got 50% for the second and the third final exam. But the first final exam of the CompTIA fundamental, it is the first highest score, 75, and the rest is 50 or like 45% for the final exams. But then, however, the PC introduction is so easy. Like, it was so easy. I got like 85 or like 70%. So it's not that hard, too much. And so literally is, I was like that. And so with the life insurance certificate, I passed thanks to the Daniel Olson. Like, okay, so with the life insurance certificate of exam FX, I had the motherfucking amazing, awesome arguments back and forth with Daniel Olson of Premier Financial Alliance. Because I did patiently sit on the bed. Like, this is how I study. So I sit on my bed, no table. I sit on the bed and I study reading word by word of the life insurance lessons on exam FX. So of course I read, I highlight it, and then I read, and then I highlight it, and then I took the guarantee test on exam FX, and then I failed. I failed with like 50% or like 30% guarantee exam. Like, I failed so much because I failed so much on the exam FX guarantee test. So I so scared and pissed. So that's why like I non-stop sitting on my bed patiently studying word by word, less eating upstairs, like less food eating involvement at that time. It's only like sitting on my bed, like let my back to be like aching. I don't care. Like at the time, like I do not care. So every of my exam FX guarantee life insurance test, I failed with like 30% or 45%, not even 50%. Like it was over 50% because I studied and I was cheating on Quizlet and I was cheating on flip back and forth page after page, really a lot. And so that is the reason why like some laws of life insurance, key employee, business, like HR, no, I mean like key off, like KEOPH, that plan are like non-qualified and qualified plans for employees to pay for their life insurance, and individually or as a group to really have that like grow maintenance, or like Roth IRA, IRS, and the social security number, like how it works for the retired people, and then like for how much you will earn from the social security, it relates to the bonuses. Like 40 is like, I think like it is the maximum because it relates to your full-time bonuses, something like that. So I remember some. So on that day, on my life insurance exam FX certificate taking, Daniel Olson said that like he will help me out, so I have that like stress relief so much. But after that, the most detailed story is Daniel Olson helped me out with some question. Like there's a time. So for that exam FX life insurance certificate, they have the times, but Daniel Olson and me still had the most moderate 19-year-old me and 20-year-old me brain to have the argument with a way up ages than me, Daniel Olson, still have that enough time to take a test. The thing here is like with the life insurance certificate taking on exam FX, I can do more than once, and so that is the reason why like the arguments with a Daniel Olson never boring, because the thing is like we argue, but then like I do have the printed lessons page after page, so like he used it, and then he used his Google is a Google Scholar, so his answers and my basic Google are so completely different, literally so different. Like his Google Scholar is so having a lot of deliciosa, valuable laws relating to the life insurance. However, the basic Google My page is not that delicious answers. So that's why that is one of the starting point as well. So basically, like, it's just so funny is that arguing with him is like the comedy show. It's like the comedy show so much. It's so fun. Like it was so fun because like on that on that date, exam FX life insurance certificate taking, Daniel Olson and me have an argument along with like all of the exam lessons that I print out, and I look at it and he look at it when it comes to like the different varieties of the life insurance, variable life insurance, or like in traditional life insurance, I forgot, but the permanent life insurance plan and the variable. So those two I don't really understand because it have a similarity between those two, and so that's the reason why I always get that wrong on the exam FX certificate. I always got that wrong, so I studied again and again at his office, and I got bored. Like bored here, it means like my head hurt, but it's like not that hurting. Like it was hurting, but it was not really hurting. It's like 10% hurting, and then the rest is like I can't tolerate. And so that's the reason why like it's fun in that way too. So if that makes sense. So basically is like that. Oh, I mean like basically is because of that greediness about my life insurance certificate I need to take. So that's the reason why like, I failed so completely worse in the Associate of Applied Science of Cybersecurity World degree too much. And so that's the reason why I just know that. But then like I like during my unemployment days, I did really use my card, my US bank card, to really purchase the Lincoln Learning Understanding Logistics. So I just know in general the articles to get the certificate of logistics. It will be real damn easy for me to read and be understandable, way more than the article on the Cengage.com. Like cybersecurity associate of applied science degree. And so that's the reason why I changed to get the certificate of logistics first. And so I can get that money to be actually being into the life insurance laws relating to the restaurant, like relating to the connection between the restaurant industry and the life insurance industry more, because in life insurance is relating to the like other laws among the USA states. And that is the most priority need that females like me need to have that skill. So nobody can really argue, or nobody can really be naturally acting up with their violence whatsoever. And because thanks to the PFA Daniel Olson team truly like bring me in, and that's the reason why like I have that kind of open-minded need, is the life insurance laws are the most priority females like me need to have, not the cybersecurity skill. I need to have the life insurance first, the life insurance laws, that kind of like be good at those laws. Then I can really be moving on with the Associate of Applied Science of Cybersecurity degree world way more easier. So the thing here is that the life insurance and the restaurant industry taught me, because I'm a dog wanderer, so these information, I'm so fucking good at it. So the restaurant industry and the life insurance company industry taught me that I need to put the most and the motherfucking most priority needs for the female position first when it comes to the laws, after laws among USA states. And then I can go ahead to do whatever cliche rich earning money goals later on. That is how live Chinese people are so successful, to the point where my mouth was sore every time drooling. Because that is how the Chinese culture taught the Chinese females and the Chinese males to be in the life insurance industry and or restaurant industry first, to really teach you this, to really teach you that in the reality world. And then you can be really brave with your powerful position in life to really achieve any of the rich earning money later on. It must like that, and it must be always for the rest of my life, needs to be like that. That is how I know. So the thing here is like, without being the dog getter like me, I do not know these kind of information, but because I am the dog wanderer, I like always go getter in any places mình chơi hết á, that type, that is what I know. This need is really important to the females and the males a lot. Restaurant industry, that connection in the marketplace, restaurant industry and the life insurance industry for the female standing power. And then cybersecurity world conquer, or like other mini business conquer so easy and feeling so much safe relief. Because I am the go-getter too much. And so for me, it's like the Chinese culture is always like the replacement for the Vietnamese culture, because the Chinese culture and the Vietnamese culture are almost compatible too much with the holidays only, right? So it means like it's that kind of polite message that like the Chinese culture to teach the Vietnamese culture is life insurance, restaurant industry, life insurance industry, that kind of training in life power conquer first, those things later on. So literally it's like I only study real damn hard for the exam FX certificate of the life insurance with Daniel Olson, but man, it is the majority shifting to other laws that I just know term that type a lot. So like again, that is just it is not a regretting lesson. It is just like the main slap to my face lesson is need to study about laws first, need to step my feet inside straightforward to the life insurance industry and having the connection strongly with the restaurant industry. And I can be cliche rich earning money how the fuck I want, with no blood killing into it too much, only using laws to say so. And because the thing here is from like let's just say like, well, it happened like 19-year-old close to 20-year-old, that life insurance like I took the life insurance exam FX certificate when I was 19-year-old and almost jumped to 20-year-old me. So literally like from 18-year-old me going backward ages, I do not have any laws inside my brain, poop, whatsoever, to really being standing up and protect myself to the best good limits to any areas and to any people. I do not have any laws. I just know to have the good personalities, and I just know to be completely strict in business no matter what, aka whatever boss demanding at the certain job tasks, I just know to work for it. I just know to please and work for it, because I know those giving me the real damn hard lessons. But those lessons cannot compare to the life insurance certificate I study hard to get that. So again, is the 19-year-old me successfully got the exam FX life insurance certificate with Daniel Olson. So hardcore. From that, the 19-year-old open mind me know that other laws naturally just know coming through my mouth, as long as I have the life insurance certificate. As long as I have the life insurance certificate, study that hard to get it, are the laws that Google cannot bring up to give you the detailed explanation. I just know naturally from my mouth to really argue, standing up for myself and protect myself. But nobody in any category of people can bite me. That is how it works. So, really appreciate it that truly is the Chinese, and I really appreciate it that the Chinese Uka Sushi Cuisine Restaurant let me work for them after the DoorDash job actually. So again is man, like the Chinese culture is real shit. Like it's really that good. So that's my learning. Like the most priority learning life lessons is just like that, the life insurance certificate. That's it. You can be free doing the rich earning money in other ways if you want to. That's all.
Ăn no không cháu? Con được ăn đâu.
Qua anh ăn tập nhạc mà ăn mấy miếng chút đói, ăn chút rồi hồi ăn cơm anh uống á, cơm vô chạy đâu.
This is my belly. And my belly was aching so much last night. And this is how big it is now after that last night.
Đánh con, đánh đỏ lét như vậy này. Cô đánh màu tối được.
Màu đó là màu đỏ hồng.
Màu hồng. Màu đúng giống. Con thích vậy.
Cái này là màu tím cô.
Ừ. Cái gì đây? Rửa mấy cái ấy nè anh nè. Rửa cái bồn rồi mắc cái.
Mắc á.
Mười mấy đồng rồi.
Anh mua chia. Nhân mũi nó bay, nó đi cái đường đó không nhân mũi hay hơn là
Cái đèn này. Đèn này.
cái đèn này nhân mũi nó bay khói hay hơn. Cái đèn này là nó phải bay vô thì nó mới chết. Để đại hai cái trước đèn.
Bao nhiêu tiền đã?
Thấy giá.
Hỏi người ta. Mắc có mừng cho anh.
Mới đốt chơi. Rồi để ở nhà.
Không phải trong nhà. Cái này không có trong nhà.
Bye. it. Interesting. Dạ. Dạ.
Điện lên ánh sáng.
Cảm ơn cô. cái tu mà cũng biết đực nữa. Ok, mới mở này ra, đúng không? Cái này với cái này like tự động được, phải gắn vô đen khoan, tại nó ghét đào phím cho nên nó mới như thế, chứ nãy phẳng lắm nha. Shit. See that? See that, honey? Cửa nó bị hư rồi. Trời ơi! Cửa nó đã bị hư. Hồi nãy ăn lắm. Ăn cửa mà còn biết chuyện. Hot. Conquer the basement house so fucking fun. So I do the snake. It's through skin. You cannot see the color, but you can see like the lines of the snake's tattoo. There. So here. Here's the head of the snake maybe. So it's like from here to here size. And then this one more than 1 week, I think. No, hôm nay là thứ ba. Okay, yeah, so this is like more than 1 week. This is the second week, but it's still perfectly fine right now. However, this one fading away. So as you can see, like the shelf is so empty, only like 3 books, and then here is so empty as well. Like if you can see, you watch the nonsense previous videos I posted, I have a bunch books here and a bunch of books here, but because the adults upstairs, they need those books to gain and improve more skill, I think, and to like make up my fault as well. And so that's the reason why I give them books, including the Exam FX Life Insurance, so that I printed out from Exam FX. So basically is they are reading and they will give me back whenever they are done. So because it's about like 900 nhường rưỡi ấy, and that's the reason why like it makes so much sense. And I give only one book, like only one dummies book about like cybersecurity to my brother, and that's it, because that one I ordered on Amazon and it is the used dummy cybersecurity, so it is really hard for me to really be understandable reading it. I only read some and it's like and so basically I give only that one book to my brother, and the rest is like for those adults to read, for them to gain their skills. And now I feel so much relief, like because I so much books are on the way. It makes me feel so heavy, so like kind of lovable heavy actually. And so that's the reason why like now when I do it, it actually really making me feel so relief. It's like I just step into the spa store and like kind of relieving. So yeah, fun. And that's it. And I haven't like one of the books I gave out to them just to borrow reading. There's one, You Are the Badass. That one is the only one I completely finished reading it. And the rest is just like I only read the chapter 1 and not even really go to chapter 2. I just really stopped because I looked over the contents and then I like flip pages after pages a lot, and so I just like only get the main gist from the chapter 1 so far. So I was like, nah, I don't want to read all of it because I was focusing on reading the You Are the Placebo. With the You Are the Placebo, I read that book like more than 2 chapters, and I did highlight some, and so I do remember some parts. So that's the reason why only the You Are the Placebo book and You Are the Badass book are the one that I really keep tracks to read, those 2 mainly. But the rest is only like I went through chapter 1 and that's it. But then I did give out to them to borrow reading is about this Indian author, and he taught all of his tips and tricks about like using the credit card, buying and houses, or like doing the mortgages, that kind of like main gist ideas about it, the step by step. And then I did read, but I do not really follow a chapter after chapter to read it. I only aim at the credit card using chapter at the most. So I got some of the gist, the idea how to get started, how to really like be used to the protocol software of the individual like credit card, but I mostly use the Discover credit card. So basically like I was only aiming on like reading the credit card of that book, like how to teach you be rich, something like that. But it's only like mainly about like budgeting, financing plans, and getting the gist step by step how to do it, how to be like making me to be kind of moderate and properly using the credit card. So I only read that chapter, not really completely. And then I remembered I did read the buying the car. Like there are the differences between like buying the certain range prices of the cars of the company, and then like having like the blue book to really see the prices of the marketplace for the current car and the broken car. So basically is that book giving that kind of gist, and I use it. So like I use that mainly for the credit card using. So when I was like at that time I was getting started to be really understandable how to use the Discover credit card, like the app, the software, the software, actually not the shareware, sorry, like the software of the Discover credit card app. Like that one helped me really good with like the main idea how to get started and know what I am doing with it. So basically like with like the rewards and then like the monthly rewards and how many percentage of the cashback, and like only that one like helping me getting started to know how to spend and budget a lot with the Discover credit card. So that book is really helpful actually, like so far, because I am jumping the chapter. It's not like I follow the protocol like reading chapter 1 and then chapter 2 and then chapter 3. It's not like that for me, and so that is really fun. And so I just need to wait for them to finish reading those books, including the life insurance exam ethics lessons that I printed out. And I'm gonna go ahead to finish one of those books completely. And yeah, oh, and then one of the books that I gave out to them to borrow reading is Gary Vee, like the Gary Vee Crush It. That book is so delicious eating food book, because that one is like Gary Vee did give his really like real experiences with like his wine and like his stories about like the social media thing. So basically, like I read about the social media parts, but I read like only like kind of like the whole full page after page, but I get the gist is like just making it as a habit and that's it, boom, you're done. Like nothing that kind of fancy. So like using the social media is not that hard. It's just like that. But with the Gary Vee, like with his wine businesses, it's just like really that feminine telling story about like the wine taste, something like that. It's just like it really giving that standing out point to the book already that Crush It, because like he did like the card cover is the green and black, so it's just really helping the wines to be really standing out through that Crush It book. So it really makes sense. So yeah, that's it. So now I am waiting. That's it. And there's and then also there's this fun thing. It is like I ordered on Amazon the Linux book, like the Linux version, software, hardware, and shareware Linux version for like individual desktops. So I bought that on Amazon, and for some reason at that time actually I was thinking like, no, I do not want to have this book. I just want to refund and get the money. That's how the money attachment to me. Like, I don't know what is it. I just know there's something wrong. That's why I make that decision. But then like the Amazon is stubborn head. That is the reason why like that Linux order book did not give me the refund, because it already on the delivery process. And so I got that book. Luckily, I did read. Like I think like a few months ago this year, I did actually like hands-on touch and open that Linux book. And when I open it, I opened to the several first pages of the Linux book I ordered on Amazon. And it's about like the booting system. What is it called? Like BMS or like, I don't know what kind of that type of software, but like the technicians using that kind of software that it is already set up for the individual desktop to really use it to fix the desktops. So that kind of software like BMS or whatever, booting systems or something like that name. So I was like really like I was flipping several first pages of the Linux book I ordered on Amazon, and I did took the notes. Like I did took some notes on my red notebook right there, or like somewhere else. That red notebook actually. So I took notes, only like some words of several like I took notes several words of several first pages of that Linux book I ordered on Amazon, like for that first spiral red notebook right there. So I took notes on it, and it just making me really bored right away, and I don't want to like continue to write word by word, that kind of like copy and paste word by word anymore. So I just gave up because I got kicked out from it, because I was like doing like the copy and paste to that spiral red notebook when I was drawing the map of the step-by-step how to really using that kind of software individually properly. So like I need to like give out the theory, I need to really like, give out like the certain prediction, and I need to really like use that kind of like virtual try-outware or something, and then I need to like that kind of VMware, and then can like go ahead to give the real appliances, the real application to the computer later on. So they're like that kind of like step-by-step like guide me how to do it, that kind of map, and then I just like copy and paste that type on that red spiral notebook, and I gave up. Like I did not want to do it anymore. So but that one I gave out to them to read it, because I think like the Linux version, the Linux software version will be the most using, I think, like, well, actually it's already happened, but I mean like it's like, I think like at that time, like in the back historical dates years, is like the Linux version of individual computer desktop is like, they did use it, like several companies, they did use that to really help them gaining the economy faster when it comes to the money, salaries to the individual employees and employers. But now I think they try to spread out the Linux version to be like the most affordable price to spend that version for the individual computer, because that Linux version is really expensive in my own opinion. But so I think like that one, they try to make it in the affordable marketed price. I think that's just like my theory prediction. It's not really like guarantee facts in some certain news or blogs. I never ever touch on reading the blogs or news, so it's just my hate. Like I don't like it too much. Like I try, but it's just like really like making my brain to be in like hurting mode so much. It's like that. So I do not like it. And so that's the reason why like I think the theory is like with that kind of Linux version, several companies try to make that kind of Linux version to have the affordable, marketed, budgetable price for other companies as well to use it, because like to spend the money to have that kind of updated software Linux instead of like Microsoft, it is really expensive. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my theory prediction, is they are on it, I think. So yeah, that's it. Bye. So the snake, skin color snake, waterproof sticker, tattoo sticker. You can see like the tail is the one really emphasizing, spotting on the waterproof tattoo sticker of the snake, but then the head is there, and then his tongue is right there, and you can see like the stickiness of the tattoo sticker skin color is there around, and the middle part is there. So it looks like the makeup, the sparkling makeup you put on your chest. It looks like that, but you can see the snake tongue right there, if you can tell the fine line there. So yes, this is fine, no wrinkles. This is like the second week and it's still fine, similar to this one. So these two are the main one. I think they will be in the long run maintenance. I'm not sure. So yeah. Still young. So I have another natural tattoo on my belly. Here. Natural. There. I don't draw anything. It's natural. There. So yeah. And it's turning.